Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
We went through subsidiaries, locations, departments, and classes. Today, we'll be going through the chart of accounts. The chart of accounts, you can say, is the backbone of each and every ERP or financial system. It's the general ledger, in other words. It is the financial accounts that are going to get, and they will be replicated in the financial reports. Are we to now get the basic concept of what a chart of accounts is? For creating a or in case. If you want to see the chart of accounts, what you need to do is you go to list accounting and click on accounts. If you click on accounts, you will get the list of all the accounts that are there in the system. And if you have an accounting background or a finance background, you would be very easily able to understand what a chart of accounts is. Well, you should be almost Raspberry Pi, number of compared and problems. If you look up, it covers only meetings for your company, but you look up to the results. Killer, right? Obviously, here's the list. And what I'm talking about, they will get to what I mean, right? It will get to what right now in the insurance account. The criteria and why this is, throughout the world, they are not going to change as such. They are going to remain same as it is. The only thing is that account names might change. Now here you can see that this is the list of accounts that are there, and on the right hand side you see various balances. Once you start entering transactions, then depending on the transaction, depending on the accounts that have been mapped on the items and various other entities, or you can say means entities, this account gets it, and depending on that, they get replicated in the financial reports. Now, generally, as mentioned, each and every account will have a type associated with it. If I sort it with type, here you can see, first you can see the accounts payable, accounts receivable bank. Then we have cost of goods sold and expensive, many more. It can be current liability, current assets, other income, and on and forth. Now these accounts can be shared with multiple subsidiaries if required. What we can do is we can have a central, you can say a structured chart of accounts which can be shared between multiple subsidiaries. Now only the difference here is the bank account. All the accounts which are having the type of bank will only be associated with a single subsidiary back in this sense. Your bank account that you have, or the cash account, or the petty cash that you have. The thing here is each and every bank account will have or will be associated with only one subsidiary and not multiple. All the accounts except a bank account can be shared with multiple subsidiaries. Is that fine till now? They will. They will come depending on the transactions that have been entered. Yes, whenever you create an account, it would have zero balance. But once you start entering transactions, the transactions can and the transactions should be posting transaction. What is a posting transaction? What is a non-posting transaction? And let you know when we start as mentioned, a bank account can only be associated with one subsidiary. And the other thing is a bank account will always have a currency associated with it. Here you can see the type is bank currency associated with it. Because whenever I have a bank account will have a currency associated with it. Right? Are you there? Yes, each and every bank account will have a currency associated with it. I might have a bank account. I might have a bank account maybe in State Bank. The currency would be in R, but I can also have account in SPI for which the currency can be used if required. In case if I am going to deal in that particular bank account, depending on the bank account, you can also have a currency associated with it. Now, if I click on New, I'll be able to create a new bank account in the system. And there can be a parent-child relationship. Here you can see that we add cash. If I go back here, we add cash. Here we add cash under cash. We have various bank accounts. Similarly for other accounts as well, I can have a parent-child relationship. Here you can see that we have. You can see that we have deferred revenue as a parent account and we have the child accounts. And each and every account will have a number associated with it. Now, whether this particular number is going to be mandatory or not will depend on the features that we have enabled. We will be going to the accounting preferences wherein it will ask whether we want the account number to be mandatory. Generally, the account number is mandatory or kept mandatory. And these accounts have a particular series associated with it. It's a numbering convention that is, you can say, used across the globe. For example, the bank accounts generally start with the LEN 100 series or 1000 series. Similarly, the expenses start with a particular series. The number of digits may vary depending on the chart of accounts, how big the account is or how big the chart of account is. A particular company might use 4-digit numbers, another company might use 5, another company might use 6 digits. But there is a particular nomenclature or numbering convention that is used for the type of accounts. Depending on that, I can give it a number, I can give it a name as well. And in case if it is going to be a child account of a particular account, I can do that. For example, if I want to select the sub account of, I can select. For example, if I want to create a bank account, I can select cash and accordingly the type will be bank in case if I select any other one. For example, if I select accounts receivable, the type will change accordingly. Now you will also see a difference that whenever I select any other type of the currency field, is I select account blank, or you can say it's not editable anymore. But if I select bank account, it will make the currency field as mandatory. If I select a bank account, now you can see that the currency has become mandatory. I can select the currency from which I want to serve, for which that particular bank account is going to deal in with. For example, I want that to be a used account, I can select that. Similarly, there are other things that can be in case. If I want to have a description, I can do that in case. If it's a summary account, summary in the sense, if it's going to be a parent account where I'm not going to post any transactions, I can make it as a summary account as well. Apart from that, as mentioned, a bank account can only be associated with one subsidiary. I'll not be able to select multiple subsidiaries. If I click on Include Children, it will say that bank accounts and credit card accounts must be restricted to a single subsidiary only. In case if I'm making this bank account for Canada subsidiary, I can select that particular subsidiary and I can save it. In case if I'm selecting any other type. For example, I don't want that to be a bank account. I want that to be accounts receivable and I want the parent to be accounts receivable. Now I'll be able to select multiple subsidiaries if required. In case if I want that to be applicable for all the subsidiaries, I can check the checkbox, include subsidiary. This is how you can create an account into the system. Depending on the type of account, you will be able to share a particular account with multiple subsidiaries. In case if it is a bank account, then it has to have a currency and it can only be associated with one subsidiary only. Is that fine? Yes, now this is how you can create an account into system. Now there might be multiple. You can say hundreds of you can say maybe if it's a big organization, multiple thing, then they can have 1,000 accounts as well. You're not going to create those manually one by one, right? We have the option of uploading the chart of accounts via C as well. You have the option of doing that. We'll be taking that during the session wherein I'll show you how you can upload some stuff via or maybe entities, transactions or accounts via CSV. This is how you can create an account. This is how it will, you can say, get associated with whether a single subsidiary or multiple subsidiaries. Here, you can see the list of all the account types that are there. And this is generally, or you can say it's always constant. These are all accounting terms. They do not change. They do not change with ERP. Even if you go for SAP or any other app, the account types are going to remain same. If you want to understand the account types, you can just search for any accounting book And there you will be able to understand what are the account types that are there. This is how you can create an account into the system, how that can be uploaded. We'll take care of that during the session for sessive upload. Is that fine? That's it. Related to accounts. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.